Hey race fans, how you doing? I'm back for another episode, and today I'm talking about championship auto racing teams, Kart. And I broke out some Kart branded collectibles that I've had that I have. Um, I don't have a lot. I typically bought things back in the day based on the team or the driver. But there's a few things that I have here that have cart branding on it. And if you're watching this, you probably know what cart is. And I'm sporting my nifty, beloved Kart Jacket. And I got this. This was a good jacket to wear at races like Nazareth, where it got a little cool in the springtime. Matter of fact, I remember one Nazareth race where it actually got snowed out. Can you believe it? You've heard of races getting rained out. Well, that race actually got snowed out. It was the wildest thing. We woke up that morning, Sunday morning, and there was inch or two of snow on the ground. That was it. That was done. And we couldn't even be really mad at it. It was just such a freak thing. It was like, wow, the race got snowed out. But anyway, yeah, I love this jacket. This jacket is like 22 years old now. Perfect condition, really high quality. These logos on here are embroidered, really good quality embroidered logos. It's got the FedEx Championship Series logo, Kart logos, front, back. I love this jacket, but I put it away in storage so I could save it for time. So yeah, I thought I'd bring out some of my Kart branded things to talk about. With yesterday's announcement that Roger Penske had purchased the Indy 500 and the IndyCar Series, lock, stock, and barrel, right? I think it's fantastic news. I wish it would have happened 20 years ago. He probably does too. Um, but it happened, and I think it's going to be great for the series. IndyCar is hot right now, and I think it's only going to get hotter. So, looking for good things to come from that. So that made me think about how things have come really full circle, right? Roger Penske was instrumental in the formation of CART after the legendary Dan Gurney wrote the white paper asking for the team owners to come together so they could have a cohesive vision for the future and growth of their sport. Roger Penske and Pat Patrick got together and they created CART, and the team owners got on board, and things got better, right? There was always this animosity with the Indy 500, and I'm not going to really get into that right now, but fast forward to 1995, and Tony George, who owned the Indianapolis 500, created his own series. And that meant that CART was locked out, essentially, of racing at the Indy 500, the crown jewel of open wheel racing in America. It was a big deal, especially for us fans. It was a very wow. I don't even really know how to describe it other than it was frustrating, unfortunate. It affected the sport. It really did. Ratings went down, attendance went down on both sides. Although the IRL kind of started very small, so there wasn't much, wasn't much they were really losing anyway. But yeah, again, I mean, you guys probably all know that history. I don't really want to get into the nitty gritty details of it, but I thought some of these things I picked up over the years was interesting. Just to look back on the cart branding of the series after the split. Here is a window decal. This is to put on like a glass automotive window. I had one on my car. I was very proud of it, being a huge kart fan. I bought this as an extra one, and it just got shoved in a book, and here it is, 22, 23 years later. Here is a championship auto racing team's bumper sticker. I never put stickers on my bumper, so here it is. I guess it's good I never put them on my car, right? Here is a Kart logo lapel pin or hat pin. Pretty cool. I found one just, usually before these videos, I'll go and look and see if there's anything available on eBay that matches this stuff. And I didn't really see much. There's a few kart things out there, especially from the 80s with the old logo. They were still known as IndyCar through the 80s, though. So this period here with this logo, I should say with this logo, that was when they were really branding the series after the Indy Racing League was formed. I did find one of these hat pins on eBay. I think they wanted like $15 for it or something like that. This keychain here, Winner's Circle keychain. The Winner's Circle, and there's a date on the back. It says 1999. I probably got it in 99 or 2000. Winner's Circle was like you could send away to Kart. I think it cost like $10 or $15, and you get a keychain, some bumper stickers, maybe a jacket patch or something like that, and I think like a magazine. But anyway, yeah, this is Winner's Circle. It means you're more than just a average fan. You were part of the inner circle group there. What else do I want to show you today? So things got a little muddy, like I said, at that time, because Kart wasn't allowed to call their series IndyCar from like 95 to, I think it was like 2002, somewhere in there. They weren't allowed to use the term IndyCar. So they called themselves Champ Car, going back to the old moniker from, I think Champ Car goes back into the 50s, even before that, really. That's what they called the open wheel cars, the big ones. I think the smaller ones were more dirt track oriented. But hey, please, if you know the details of the old Champ Car moniker, let me know in the comments, because that goes way back. So they resurrected the Champ Car name, and that's how that's what we called the cars, right? During that period, during the Kart period in the late 90s. But it got a little weird because, we knew them as Indy cars, but now we couldn't use IndyCar. I broke out some of these magazines that I have from my collection to show you. So this magazine is from September 97. And coincidentally, it has the captain on the cover. How about that? September 1997, IndyCar Racing Magazine. In this issue, the captain talks about racing, discusses Kart and Indy, the sport of auto racing. Pretty cool. So then the next year, it wasn't even a full year later, the same publisher, ICR Publications, changed the name from IndyCar Racing to IndyCar and Championship Auto Racing Magazine. They included IndyCar. And I wasn't really happy about that, because at the time, being a hardcore kart fan, we had the cool cars, in my opinion. We had the stars. We had the cars and the stars. And, to add IndyCar to their magazine just kind of legitimized the series more than I wanted it legitimized. This issue has Jimmy Vasser and the Chip Ganassi Target car. Very cool. And then the next year, so that would be, we're in, this is July of 1999, IndyCar and Championship Racing Magazine decided to go with Championship Racing Magazine. So they dropped the IRL, and as it says right here, with the Kart logo, complete coverage of the Kart FedEx Championship Series. So no Indy Racing League coverage in this episode, in this series. And the cover is Adrian Fernandez in the Ducati car. Interesting. Now this is from a different, that's also, so all three of those are from ICR Publications. This is actually from Racer Publications, Racer Magazine. This was kind of like, I don't really think you can call it a supplementary, but it was like an ancillary magazine called Champ Car. And again, just like Championship Auto Racing, it was kart only. No IRL in this magazine. And we have Gilles de Ferran on the cover of that famous Brazilian racer. This is March of 2001 for that. So I thought that was interesting to show you. It kind of shows you how we just didn't really know what was happening. Was the IRL going to fold? Were they going to merge? The whole time this was happening, there was just constant merger talk. And how are we going to get the sport back together? And where are we going? And who's going to hitch their horse to what cart? See what I did there? A few more things to show you here. This isn't cart specific, but it's definitely of that era. I thought you might find it interesting. These are autograph cards or flats, however you want to call them, from that period. Some of them I have signed here. Some old racers that you may remember fondly. Alex Tagliani, the Canadian. This one's signed. We have here Luis Garcia Jr. Good old Juan Montoya. This one's signed by Juan. And on the back of all these cards, you have their stats, like their career stats up to that point. Juan Montoya. Max Pappas. Remember the hot shoe Italian driver? Hot-blooded? Hot shoe? However you want to describe it. Another Canadian, Patrick Carpentier. This one's autographed. Famous racer here, Dario Franchitti. Mexican driver, Michel Jourdain Jr. I always nicknamed him Smiley because every time I saw him at the races, we always got pit and paddock passes back then, and this guy always had a smile on his face. He loved where he was, no doubt about it. This one I really treasure. It's my Cristiano D'Amata, signed by him. I was a big fan of D'Amata. I think it was tragic what happened to him, but I'm glad he's alive, of course. Mark Blundell, famous British driver, signed by him here. So anyway, yeah, that's from the era. Not really kart specific, branded stuff. Let's see what else I have. Here's a Kart t-shirt from Nazareth. Let's see, open this up here a little bit. Signed by about a dozen drivers. It's got the Kart logo on there. I still have the tags on that. I thought it was really cool. I was going to put this in a one of those t-shirt frames. And along with that, I have my lanyard from the same Nazareth race. And it's Kart branded. Has the ticket in there with Mario Andretti on it. And a Kart branded car down here. I'll put close-ups on. So yeah, that I have. There was some other stuff I have too. I'll save that for another episode. But yeah, I just wanted to, with the news yesterday of Penske buying the Indy 500, which is big news in the auto racing world. It made me think things have come back full circle, and it made me think of kart. So I thought I'd break out my kart stuff. The hat I'm wearing today is a Motorola Michael Andretti hat signed by Michael, which is pretty cool. That's I forgot exact year I got. Again, right in the 97, 98 time period. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed that. If you have your own kart branded collectibles, please talk about them in the comments below. I'd love to hear what you have. I'd love to hear if you have any of this stuff. And tell me your stories about the kart era. And with that, I'll say goodbye. Until next time, race fans. Bye now.